money, this money, that profit will make me wallet fat. What? Profit's down $3 from last month. I gotta start running a tighter ship around here.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about budgeting. Budgeting is so necessary for successful financial planning, and a lot of us fail to acknowledge the regular saving patterns and plans that we need to fully have that good cushion for whenever we need it for a rainy day. Many people don't understand that budgeting is so easy to do, and there are so many benefits that come along with budgeting. So we're going to show you in the next clips 7 easy steps to take that you can do to effectively budget.
To begin budgeting, you have to set a financial goal for yourself. This plan includes your savings, your short or long-term expenses, or your monthly expenses and investments. This helps you know if you're spending or too much to prevent you from going in debt.
After setting your financial goals, you will now need to estimate available money for a certain amount of time period. Now, typically a budgeting period is usually monthly due to the cost of, rent, mortgage, utilities, credit cards, and these are all paid off monthly. When determining available income, only include money that you are sure that you will receive. Bonuses, gifts, or unexpected income cannot be considered until the money is actually received. Budgeting income can be difficult for those who have irregular work seasons, maybe working off of sales commission, or your income is just irregular. Now, when your income is irregular or you are not sure on the amount that you'll be receiving monthly, here's something that you can do. If you know a certain amount that you will be receiving, even if it's the lowest, use that lowest to budget off of, so that way you know at least the minimum of what you need to be spending and saving.
How do you budget for emergencies? Your kid cuts his fingers off? That's an emergency. Your kid gets measles? Boom, another emergency. Your wife chips her tooth off? Emergency. Your mom loses an eye? Emergency. Storm, earthquake damage? Both emergencies. It is important to set aside money and make sure it is easily accessible so that you can prevent stress, debt, homelessness probably, or even losing some assets. This is an emergency fund, and it is an important part of budgeting. If you are working to pay your debt off, it is better to have a small fund just to serve you as your safety net while you continue to pay off your debt, like $1,000 according to Dave Ramsey, or a 3-month fund according to Justine Nelson. Either way, it depends on how much you want to put into your emergency fund and how much you can according to your income. It is always a good idea to have an emergency fund serve you as your safety net in case you do find yourself without a source of income, like during a pandemic.
What are your fixed expenses? Typical fixed expenses include car payments, mortgage, rent payments, insurance premiums, and real estate taxes. Typically, these expenses can't be easily changed. However, on the plus side, they're easier to budget for because they generally stay the same and are paid on a regular basis. Variable expenses can be the amount you spend on certain things each month. Although variable costs are often quite discretionary expenses, some may be necessities. Buying gas for your car each month is a variable expense, as well as car repairs and maintenance. Grocery shopping would also be a variable expense. Variable expenses can be easy to budget for if you have experience in past months, if you budget by month.
Once you've created a budget and gathered all of the necessary information, it is time to put it to use. For the next month, keep track of what you're spending your money on and how much of it you actually are. Also, keep track of your actual income. Once you have completed recording this information, compare it to your plans that you created. See what went over budget and what stayed under budget. With these comparisons, adjust it even more to what you see fits. The great thing is, sometimes you can be way under budget, and that money could go into your debt, savings, investment, generally something that would be more responsible for putting your money into.
Like most decision-making activities, budgeting is an ongoing process. So this indicates that you're going to have to review and perhaps revise your spending plan on a regular basis. Successful budgets are those that are well-planned, realistic, flexible, and clearly communicated.
You need to focus, Michael. You need to stop spending money.
50-30-20 is a guideline that distinguishes that 50% of your income will go towards necessities, 30% is going to go towards your wants, and 20% will go to your savings and investments. Now, these can be a starting point for effective budgeting.
Here is an example of a monthly budget. In this scenario, a man named Mr. Collard has one job and no family. One of his financial goals is to have at least $700,000 saved for his retirement. His monthly income is $4,000, which is $48,000 a year. Mr. Collard spends his money on things like food and entertainment, which would be considered variable expenses. Other things like a phone bill and rent are fixed expenses because they do not change in price. As you can see, the monthly total comes to an average of $2,000. So he would deposit $2,000 into his fund, which is for 3 months. He saves about $50 for those 3 months, but on average saved about $2,000 a month. Annually, he will save around $17,000. If Mr. Collard saves the same amount or more every year, he will meet his retirement goal. He checks his budget on a regular basis to make sure he doesn't go into debt. Start your budget so you can be financially wise like Mr. Collard.